with an early touch. Ben Sigmund, who played his 100th game for the Wellington Phoenix, didn't get the results that he nor his teammates wanted in Adelaide last week, but testament to a late bloomer, Ben Sigmund. He really has made the most of a late opportunity in the professional game.
He certainly has, and I mean, he started out down with Canterbury United, Ben Sigmund, and then made the decision to come up to Auckland, play for Auckland City, and that led to a stint with the Phoenix, which he's grasped with both hands. So been a very, very good servant to the Phoenix side, and then of course has also helped his international career.
Vinny Leah thinking he'd done enough to win a corner. Instead, his battle with Hutchinson, which will be one to watch all day, goes the way of the Mariners skipper. Matthew Ryan. He's one of, how many, Fred? 4 20-year-olds in this side. They're a wonderful contrast, aren't they, in terms of, I guess, age and experience, this Mariners lineup.
Well, all the talk this week has been about the youngsters in the Phoenix side. As you say, there are 4 players in the Mariners side who are 20 years old. The Trent Sainsbury at the back, Bernie Abini up front, Thomas Rogic and Matt Ryan in goal. So they're a very young side, alongside some very, very old hands, and Patrick Svansvik being the absolute extreme there at 37. So, you know, yes, the Phoenix have young players in their team, but so do the Mariners.
Danger time in just the 3rd minute of the match. McGlinchey can swing this over for the Mariners, and they are a big lineup. McGlinchey pulls that out towards Rogic. And this may well allow the Phoenix to press with an early counter-attack. Building promisingly as well. Sanchez into the area. Sanchez on the right foot. Sanchez really just placing that into the gloves of Matthew Ryan when the opportunity perhaps deserved a better finish.
Did very well, didn't he, Sanchez? It was a fantastic counter-attack by the Phoenix. I think this is where they have to really, well, this will be where the game is won or lost. The way, how well they pressurise the Central Coast Mariners side when the Mariners have the ball.
Nice play here between Sanchez and Muscat, and now into the area for Brockie. Jeremy Brockie. Well, let's credit the defensive work, because Brockie looked to have all the time in the world. The ball was just pinched right off his toe by that 37-year-old, Svansvik.
Yeah, a couple of nice passes. Ball falls to Brockie. He's driving into the box, but Svansvik does a very good job of just knocking him off the ball.
Lovely turn. The Phoenix opening well. On that occasion, the pullback was well read by the Mariners' defence. Nice lively start to this one, though, in the sunshine here in Wellington.
And a good first touch from Tyler Boyd as well. Lovely turn in the box there.
Here's Abini now helping out at the back. That's brilliant from Ryan. Sets Rose away down this left wing side. McBreen the target. He looks for Rogic. Rogic beats one player. He's the best in the league at doing that. Tomas Rogic. That is trademark stuff from the Mariners midfielder to shrug off a challenge. On that occasion, though, there was enough cover there from the Phoenix.
Just on that kick from Matt Ryan, the Central Coast goalkeeper. You know, Andrew, we're watching the 2 goalkeepers from the Mariners just do that as a warm-up, and time after time they could hit each other from 40 metres. So if you think that's a fluke, think again.
Ryan now called out of his penalty area. Nice and calm, though, isn't he? Here's Rose. Abini. And Paston can't keep that one in play, so Ben Sigmund hoping for perhaps a quicker reaction from his keeper, but the deflection results in the first corner for the Mariners. So we're one apiece in that regard. I tell you where we're not level, and that's in the battle between the coaches, because Graham Arnold has the wood on Ricky Herbert in all of their battles in the Hyundai A-League. Ricky Herbert has come out on top just once. Penalty area, and the ball makes its way through, and the header on goal is just over the bar from Montgomery, I think it was, Fred, or is it Sainsbury?
Yeah, Sainsbury had pushed forward for the corner. Another one of these youngsters in the Central Coast side getting forward at every opportunity. Him and Patrick Svansvik, expect to see both of them up for every set play that the Mariners have.
Sanchez, nice and advanced early. So it's corner for corner. These two teams going at each other early. Matthew Ryan defending in front of the Yellow Fever. Bertos across. They are a tough team to break down, though, at set piece time, the Mariners. Onside, Ben Sigmund, and he swings this across, cuts back on the right foot. Sigmund, that was clever from the central defender. Wasn't quite quick enough, though, to get the ball across after a nice tight turn, but they are creating some nice opportunities early.
They're doing very well from these from the ball that gets kicked out from a set play. So that recycled possession, the Phoenix actually playing that very, very well in this first 10 minutes or so. Time Ben Sigmund cut back well, just took one touch too many.
They can set this up again, can the Wellington Phoenix? Sigmund with the run. Bertos goes far post. Sigmund. Well, someone's told him which way they're going. He spent a lot of time in the attacking third. Rogic, can he lob? Paston. Rogic just goes wide. That really was a great opportunity. Mark Paston stranded and Rogic couldn't capitalise.
Well, both the Phoenix central midfielders caught out here. A huge gaping hole in the centre of the Phoenix defence. Lockhead from one side, Bertos from the other, couldn't get across the cover. And Tommy Rogic should have put the Mariners up 1-0 with Paston well stranded out of his goal.
Sanchez is involved in a lot of the early attacking from a Phoenix perspective. Fenton has started wide on the left with Tyler Boyd wide on the right. Now it breaks down and Boach almost able to free McBreen. Well, we've seen bright starts often enough here in Wellington this season, Fred, to know that it doesn't necessarily translate into the next 80 minutes, if you like. Neither side able to score early. It really is about scoring goals when you are given those sorts of opportunities. And it's not a highlight that Rogic will want to look at post-match. Here he is on the ball now, perhaps looking to atone. Has support from Rose. It was a good tackle from Sigmund. Committed himself, didn't he? And and it's out of play, and it will be another corner. So we continue to go tit for tat in this match, but Ben Sigmund fully committed to that sliding challenge in the penalty area.
Yeah, Rogic just a little light on his pass to Justin Rose. Had it been a slightly heavier, I think Rose would have just been able to unleash on Mark Paston.
Over Zwansbeek, and cannons into Andrew Durante. Bertos just hooks it over the halfway line. There's Leah, and he knew there was space for Fenton. The execution was poor, in fact. May well be Boyd, so they have made a switch of sorts. I expect we'll see that through the match, Fred. The two wide players, the two teenagers for Wellington.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're both equally comfortable on either side. I think we'll see a lot of this as well. Patrick Zwansbeek with those long, wide, raking balls really is a feature of the Mariners' play.
Rogic just stabs it through.
And again, that combination, McGlinchey and Rogic, really has borne fruit for the Mariners thus far this season.
And Josh Rose, really a double fake, and he ran out of room. There's a lovely ball from Hutchinson, and the acknowledgement there from the Mariners fullback. Did of course spend time in New Zealand playing for the New Zealand Knights. I'm just trying to figure out what this bright light is, Fred, that's all over the pitch here. We haven't seen a lot of this. What do you make of it? Is that sunshine?
Just in time for Christmas, isn't it? We haven't had a lot of it when the Phoenix have been playing, so it makes a very, very welcome change.
Lloyd, just a little too much on it, and the ball runs out over the byline. There has been so much talk in the press. Ricky Herbert has been at the centre of so much of it over the last fortnight. The board, and Gareth Morgan in particular, one of the owners with the Wellnix group, have come out and said they want to play attractive total football. And that immediately raised suspicions that was Herbert under pressure? Was he not following instructions? But I think the media perhaps, Fred, have made a little too much of what was an innocent answer to an innocent question for Gareth Morgan.
Yeah, and I think that's come out after the initial sort of uproar about it. I think fundamentally it comes down to, what do you want to build? Do you want to build a club, or do you want to build a team? Because they're two different things. If you want to build a club, it's all about strategy and planning and structure, and most importantly probably time. But if you want to build a team, it's all about money, as we've seen especially in the English game. The likes of Chelsea get a hatful of money, and yes, you can win the league for a couple of seasons, but if you want to build an entire club, then there's a whole lot more that goes into it. And I think that's what the Phoenix are grappling with at the moment.
Fenton, I tell you, it's a corner fest at the moment. And nice timing, Fred, because Louis Fenton is a part of that plan to build a club, build a dynasty. They're talking about an academy. They're talking about promoting their own talent through the ranks, and that will take time. Bertos, who's been part of the scene for some time, of course, former Perth Glory player. And he must get, that's handy, onside. Rocky couldn't get enough on the header to invite some of his teammates into the fray.
Yes, and again, another example there of how the Phoenix are winning all the second phase ball after their set plays, and getting in some quite good positions, just needing to capitalise on it. Danger, of course, with the Central Coast side is they can soak up all that pressure and then hit you on the counter or outplay you at the other end of the field.
Quarter of an hour play and no goals so far. And there have been opportunities, but neither keeper called into action. Albeit Mark Paston was called well out of his penalty area. He's stranded, but Rogic unable to make him pay. This might drop for Vinny Leah. He was crashing through that midfield, wasn't he? In support was Leah. Toss there in front of McBreen.
And one noticeable change for the Phoenix in the way they're playing today is the central midfielders. We've seen Manny Muscat, Vince Lear on that occasion, really are streaming forward at times, trying to get beyond the Central Coast Mariners defence. Just haven't unlocked it thus far. Here's a trip on Montgomery.
Montgomery really has settled well into that holding midfield role, Fred. 31-year-old Leeds born but former Scottish under-21 international. And that partnership with Hutchinson, I don't think you can say too much about that really in terms of their influence on this very good season that the Mariners are having.
Solid in there, aren't they, the Mariners? And couple that with McGlinchey and Rogic. Really is a nice contrast that Graham Arnold's fashioned within his side.
Bertos, in fact, Manny Muscat as well in his old position of right fullback, and they've got themselves in a pickle here. Rogic, McGlinchey's making good strides at the far post. Yet another corner. Corner count is levelled up at 3 apiece, so plenty of practice for the likes of Bertos and in this case McGlinchey. Paston, easy catch. Durante leads the charge. Fenton on the right, Rocky through the middle. Mariners with plenty back now, and possibly the right pass to the wrong player.
Getting a nosebleed up there, Andy Durante. Has been a feature of his play over recent weeks though. Seen him try and, as the team's obviously gone through some rough patches, Andy Durante trying to help out, trying to get forward on a number of opportunities, bringing the ball out of defence through the midfield area. I think that also contributed to that big hole when that Tommy Rogic just couldn't capitalise on earlier this afternoon.
Bertos robbing Rogic. Here is Durante, where we're more accustomed to seeing him. The room now for Manny Muscat. Sanchez will be beyond Matthew Ryan and beyond the reach of Jeremy Brockie. See plenty of this. It's no longer exclusively the domain of an Ange Postecoglou coached side. Graham Arnold and others, but Arnold certainly is one of the more successful at fashioning this passing possession brand of football. And who knows, Fred, perhaps this is the sort of team and the shape of the Mariners that the Phoenix might aspire to one day consistently be like.
Well, they could do worse, couldn't they? Because the Mariners, one of the most successful teams in the competition, losing finalists last year, won the premiership though, and he's a very, very astute coach, is Graham Arnold. Plenty of experience at international level as well. And likewise the Phoenix have on their bench as well with Ricky Herbert. But I think one thing this afternoon, it's important for the Phoenix to push on and just stop the Mariners playing out. Just try and keep it a high tempo game, plenty of attacking intent, high up the pitch, and force Matt Ryan to kick it long and then win the second phase ball. There's Benny just flicking it past Ben Sigmund. Ben Sigmund pulling out of the challenge, but doing enough just to upset Abini. So fair enough for the foul.
Yes, it was a precautionary move, wasn't it, from Bernie Abini. He sees a rather imposing figure that is Ben Sigmund, and best get out of the way. Yes, I wonder if Ricky Herbert's sick of seeing the side of some of these strikers. Frank Farina a couple of weeks ago, and now Graham Arnold, contemporaries during their playing days, and Ricky spent plenty of time, I'm sure, chasing the likes of Farina and Arnold around the park, and now he's got to look across the halfway line at them.
It's deja vu again, isn't it?
There's Fenton on Rose. And the Mariners straight underway again through McGlinchey. McBreen, not too many touches early for the league's leading scorer. He almost plays provider. And the referee's assistant blindsided there. If that did go over the goal line, I don't know there's too much cause for complaint, Fred, because Mark Paston's frame was completely blocking the side of this.
Yes. Yeah, touch and go. I think it's out on as he slid along, but the assistant on the far side, no chance of seeing that one. Goal line technology, let's expand it.
I thought you'd put your FIFA blazer away, Fred. They're not asked for it back.
I wonder what they think about the $10 million it cost at the FIFA World Cup, the Club World Cup. Whether that was money well spent.
It is the issue, isn't it? Until there's a controversy, until there's that one goal line moment, you feel that the money is perhaps better spent elsewhere. Here they come again down the right wing side. Fenton, and he skips past, wins the foul, and Patrick Van Wyk says, "Who me, sir? I didn't touch him." The replay will tell a story here, Fred. Van Wyk is adamant here that Fenton has dived.
Nope, it's foul. Van Wyk coming in with his right leg there. Trips Fenton over, so he's got no complaints about the free kick. And in fact, I think he's lucky not to get a yellow card there.
He needs to concentrate, and I'm sure he will. All the experience in the world. Perhaps the Mariners might feel a little aggrieved based on that reaction from Van Wyk if the Phoenix are to score from this free kick. There's a couple of players that know each other well. Both now fullbacks, of course. Bertos so often playing in front of Tony Lockhead through club and country career. Lockhead it is, and that's straight into the gloves of Matthew Ryan. And alongside me, Fred de Jong is looking to the heavens.
It was a free kick in a great position. To just put it into the gloves of the goalkeeper is almost criminal.
Here's Abini now. Plenty of space. Phoenix have done well to hold play up. Eventually cleared away by Tony Lockhead. Rogic puts one straight into the midriff this time of Mark Paston. So it's all easy picking so far for both goalkeepers. The intent, Fred, from both sides looks to be good.
I think what's promising from both teams is that they're really prepared to push players forward as they attack. We see 4 and 5 yellow shirts trying to hit the penalty area, which is something we haven't seen in recent weeks. And likewise, that's the way the Mariners play. As they push forward, you see the likes of Josh Rose and Pidge Boich as the two fullbacks trying to get forward, and when the ball does get delivered into the area, there are a number of blue shirts in there sniffing around for a shot.
Sanchez robbed by Abini, and now Hutchinson can look and start a Mariners attack. Pidge Boich might be listed at fullback, but he likes getting forward, as the 2 goals were testament to against the Heart last week. Although he sent Clint Bolton a Christmas card after that game. And well to get out of a tight situation, but nonetheless the throw goes the way of the Mariners. Sigmund too tight on Tommy Rogic for the liking of Peter O'Leary. Well, someone might fancy their chances, and given the 2 goals I just talked about, Fred, do you think that Pidge Boich might be lining up and saying, listen fellas?
Well, I think Svansvik will be right next to him, trying to push him out of the way.
Well, there's a committee there at the moment.
There's 6 of them around the ball. They're
in trouble if it breaks down. Rogic, Boich is there, Svansvik, who has seniority. Come on, Fred, who's your money on? I think Boich.
Yeah, it looks like Boich is pacing it out.
He's going to ride his luck, is he?
If Svansvik was going to hit it, he'd be a bit further back.
Let's see if they've got everyone fooled. Pidge Boich. And I reckon the Dutchman gets the next one. Rose, who himself, of course, has scored a brace on this very ground against the Phoenix. And the throw goes the way of the Mariners. And Vinny Leah, talk about total commitment. He launched himself here, Vinny Leah, from a long way back. This was the earlier incident. Corner, the end result. Bernie Abini stayed down up against the advertising hoardings.
Yeah, not a good challenge from Vinny Leah. I thought he should have just let the ball roll out, but he's decided to go in 2-footed, and he's collected Bernie Abini on the way through.
is a free kick, Fred, and you called it. Because I think in the aftermath of all of this that Vinny Leah has picked up a yellow card.
And I think Beanie might be struggling here.
Now the Phoenix about to struggle. No, good clearance at the far post. Jeremy Brockie. He's hardly featured, has he, Brockie? But that was an important contribution. Van Beek stayed forward. Now he might want to hear back into his defensive third. Fenton. Brockie at the far post with the arm up. Fenton ignores him. And then can't get the cross beyond Hutchinson. Beanie back out there for the moment, but keep a close eye on that, Fred. I think you're right. I think he was feeling it. Right ankle. Mariners enjoying a good spell midway through this first half, just beyond the halfway point, in fact, in the first half. Leah spreads the play. Lockhead drives it across, just eluding the man I just spoke about. In fact, it was Tyler Boyd at the near post. That was dangerous from first Vinny Leah, and then Lockhead with the early driven cross.
Lockhead gets it past, and Sainsbury, not convincingly, puts it out for another corner. And better signs from the Phoenix.
Keeper is the call, and the end result lives up to that call. Well done, Matthew Ryan.
So one player that the Phoenix need to have a strong game today is Danny Sanchez, and he started well actually. Set up that last counter attack. He's had a couple of nice touches, but as we've seen in previous matches, he's just got to get on the ball more. He does some very nice things when he does get the ball, just needs to do more often. And hopefully for the Phoenix they can play him in more often this afternoon.
Yes, and there may still be a question mark about his ability to go the distance today. He missed the opening 10 rounds of the season after having had knee surgery. He did, though, get on the score sheet last week, Fred. Nicely taken goal at the second attempt. But interesting that he did suffer from cramp late in that loss in Adelaide.
Yeah, he's been out for so long, but he's the guy that can play in front of a midfield too, and he's the guy who can unlock a defence with a defence splitting pass. So that's the sort of thing that the Phoenix, if they want to play this brand of football as everyone's been talking about, he's the sort of player that can do that. But it's contingent on the other players to get him the ball and get him the ball in the right positions.
Mariners doing a really good job here, just screening across the middle of the park, repelling each and every probe and pass from the Phoenix. Durante, how long does their patience last? Good strength. And then the ball in for Brockie. Van Beek showing all his experience, just standing strong and not allowing Brockie to get near the cross.
And a good early cross as well from the Phoenix. Graham Arnold looks on as well. The Phoenix doing a very good job of pressurising the Central Coast Mariners.
Well, the Yellow Fever are up and out of their seats, but even Sanders not that kind. Jeremy Brockie was about 10 metres offside. Stick a red hat on him, get some reindeer out there, and he might have a chance.
Well, you never know, do you? Put it in the net, make them make a decision.
Sainsbury, right place, right time again. The youngster is Rogic. McBreen, McGlinchey and Abini were in front of him, but he opted for his captain. There is Hutchinson. Rogic, he'll look for the angled pass. Rose offside.
And I think that's what you've got to stop. Rogic there was allowed to turn. It's okay allowing the ball to be played into him, but you're not allowed to let him turn. See here, he's been given too much space. Clear offside, but Tommy Rogic can't allow him to have that much time to pick his spot for a pass.
Smashes onto the chest of Fenton, unable to control. McGlinchey rides the challenge of Leah. Rogic, though, can't do the same to Manny Muscat. A little high five as Sigmund and Muscat went past each other. Going into this round of football, Manny Muscat was second on the effective tackle count behind Sydney's fullback Fabio. And there's an interception from Ben Sigmund at the back for the Wellington Phoenix.
Probably says a lot about how much defending Sydney are doing at the moment, doesn't it?
Oh, and that's late and from behind. Play continues. Peter O'Leary looking to play an advantage. Pedge Bowych has apologised in back play. And eventually it comes to Nout. Durante still looking to exhort some sort of a reaction out of Peter O'Leary. What do you think, Fred, when we get a stoppage? Could there yet be one?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, here's Boyd, though. Boyd's away. Brocky in front of him. Tyler Boyd to the byline. Brocky at the far post. And it's far too tight on the goal line. And still, the ball does not go out of play. I tell you, it'll be the longest delayed booking in the Hyundai A-League, I reckon, if there is a yellow card shown to Pedge Bowych. Do you reckon he's telling his teammates, don't put it out? Here's McBreen on Sigmund. Sigmund wins that battle. Well, he's not helped out, though. Teammates letting him down. And then Tony Lockhead gives the free kick away, and Fred, here it is. Pedge reckons that was last week. It's a yellow card nonetheless, and that is the 5th of the season.
Yeah, number 5 for Pedge Bowych, as Tony Lockhead just pulls down Daniel McBreen. So Pedge Bowych will have a week off for the next match. A couple other players as well sitting on 5 yellow cards. Manny Muscat's the one for the Phoenix at the moment, so he's on thin ice.
McGlinchey is the set piece expert for the Mariners. That's handy. It has to be pretty good to get past the likes of Ben Sigmund. Hutchinson has support from Rose. Beanie. Nice catch from Graham Arnold. Rogic, heavy touch. It's not out of the Rogic playbook. Brocky now, roll reversal. Brocky wide. Sanchez and Fenton in the penalty area. Dangerous ball from Jeremy Brocky. In the end, it was well dealt with by Sainsbury, and now the Mariners, can they counter? It's not quite end-to-end stuff, but it's not bad. Just no goals. Here's Boyd. They say run to the byline. He does, far post. Brocky. He won't make room for the shot, will he? Jeremy Brocky. Cannoned into Montgomery. And the ball is in motion, it seems, for the vast majority of the 40 minutes that we've played so far. Better work from Tyler Boyd though, Fred, that time finding Brocky at the far post and at least drawing a shot from the Phoenix leading marksman.
There's a better cross. The previous one too close to the goal. This one picked out Jeremy Brocky, allowed him to open up some space, get his shot away. I think Danny Sanchez will be asking some questions about, please lay the ball, let me have a go, because he was on the edge of the box screaming for the ball. But when you scored 7 goals as Jeremy Brocky has, he's not going to pass up an opportunity like that. Again, better from the Phoenix, just needing the finishing touches to it. Put the ball in the back of the net.
Leah. Bertos. On either side break this game open in the closing minutes of the first half. Tyler Boyd, just 17 years of age, turns, gets the pass back from Sanchez. Boyd thought about it, and that's strong from Svansvik. It's not just strong, it's clever too, the vision to then find McGlinchey.
He's a good player, isn't he, Patrick Svansvik? Just composed, no nonsense. As you say, Andrew, very, very strong. I don't see him getting pushed around at all. And that time it was a real mismatch, wasn't it? Tyler Boyd up against Patrick Svansvik. In a physical battle, there's only ever going to be one winner there.
There's only 20 years in age difference as well, Fred. Rogic, Durante. Leah. It's asking a little too much. Tyler Boyd unable to keep the ball in play. There is a concern, Fred, for Ricky Herbert. They are at home, the Phoenix. Talked about it in the introduction to this match that they've scored just the 5 goals at home this season. And despite some good moments, really, they're yet to warm the gloves of Matthew Ryan.
Yeah, a lot of the build-up play has been very good. A couple of the crosses into the penalty area have been good. They've had some good moments, but they're not a side that just opens up opposition teams, the Wellington Phoenix, and that is their Achilles heel at the moment. And then when this sort of thing happens, they really are susceptible to a quick break.
And it was almost a role reversal that the Mariners didn't want. Rogic made the run, McBreen had the ball. This time the strength is shown by Fenton. He wants to go back and beat him again. Drives it across. Well, let's call it a shot from Tyler Boyd. It was very inventive.
Yeah, went for the backheel flick that time, Tyler Boyd. Good confidence from the youngster. And here's an opportunity for the Mariners.
Mabini has McBreen, McGlinchey and Pejbovic arriving at the far post. Mabini's done well, pulls it back. McGlinchey right on top of Paston. Paston, wonderful save. Flag stays down. Opening goal. They can't believe it, the Wellington Phoenix. The crowd is stunned into silence. But the opening goal of the game goes the way of the visitors. And Daniel McBreen reaches double figures, 10 for the season.
Well, you've got to say it's good patience here by the Mariners, and this especially. Just waiting for the support. And the strike comes from Rogic. And Good save from Mark Paston. And there's Daniel McBreen. Just taps it in. Goal number 10.
And stoppage time in the first half. And the boos ringing around the stadium. What did you make of the offside line there,
no, he's
Fred?
not offside.
He's onside. He's onside.
There's no way he's offside. It wouldn't be offside if he was standing there anyway, because it's after the shot. It's come off Mark Paston, and that's fine. So no worries on that score. Again, good concerted play from the Mariners, and that's the value of getting numbers in the box. But a killer blow for the Phoenix right on half-time.
And that indeed is the half-time whistle. It's been an even encounter through the opening 45 minutes. Neither side really with too much threat on either goalkeeper. Ricky Herbert has the more important talking to do, though, it seems, at the half-time break. Daniel McBreen's 10th of the season.